Welcome to Vlogmas 22, and this might have been a bit late actually, this video. Maybe I should have actually filmed this right at the end of November, beginning of December, but never mind. It doesn't matter how late it gets, there's always room for that little bit of tweaking or organisation or getting organised. So some of the things that help me get organised during the Christmas season is to-do lists. Countdown, always to-do lists, whether it's menu planning, whether it's shopping, whether it's things that need to be done, your Christmas card list, your gift list, and so forth, so forth, and so forth. I have done it this way for many years, and there's a few things that does actually help me get organised. There is the shopping list. As I said, I use a food one, and if anything runs out, it goes on that list so it remembers to get it ordered when it comes to shopping. I do have my gift list, and I've said this a number of times. This has helped. It has a list of all the gifts I've purchased through the year or after the previous season, Christmas season, and it's very handy. Also, I keep a record of what I've purchased and for who for the last, I don't know how many years, not in this book, but I know for a fact I've done it for about, I'd hate to say 15, 20 odd years this way, and it's just what I've done. It's also nice as well, and I've said this before, making notes of gifts where you've given a gift, especially if it's something you're not sure about. I try and obviously give gifts to the person that I know they would enjoy or like, but there's always that occasion, I'm sure you've had it yourself, when you've received a gift and it's not something you particularly like. I know it can be difficult to say to the person realistically, no, I don't like that perfume, or I don't like this, I don't like that. I've been in that same situation, and you said, yeah, it was lovely, and then you find out for the next couple of years or whatever, you get the same item. So just be aware about that one. I don't know if anybody else has been caught like that, when you know, you've said that you've liked something when you're not keen on it or something, and you continue getting it. So sometimes it might be just as advisable to be honest. I've had people say to me, oh, by the way, I'm sorry, but don't take this the wrong way, but I didn't like so and so, which is fair enough. I try not to take it to heart. I do try and fit the gift with the person, but also it's being observant. So what I'll probably say through this video, that even if it's too late for this year, maybe you'll take it away or whatever for, it can be any time of year, might not necessarily be for Christmas, it might be throughout the year coming, or possibly for next year. I actually make a bad habit of making notes as the season goes through, what works, what doesn't, just for the fact that hopefully it helps me you know, going back into the, you know, the following year. One main thing that does seem to keep cropping up is that I try and be as organised as I can, and I always end up in one big mess. I mean, this year it took a lot longer putting the decorations up. I've said this previously. Plus I had dental treatment right probably beginning of December, which didn't help. Everything delayed a lot of my videos, and then I wasn't at my best for quite some time. I still get the twinges, but not as bad as it was. So yeah, and I always have that problem bringing all that stuff into the home, whether it's gifts, food, whatever, and then finding homes to put it. It doesn't matter how organised I get, I still sort of get a little bit messy, and yeah, I'm still looking into that one to try and work that one out. I do have a couple of items. I've mentioned this before, even holiday time or whatever, or if we have an occasion come up, planner, even countdown, a to-do list, or jotting notes down. It's nothing like thinking you're in the middle of doing something else or wrapping. I tend to have notebooks all over the home, but I try and stick to one particular one for that particular time. Scribble it down, whatever it is, because dare bet, an hour, couple of hours, even the next day, it comes to that thing and think, what was that I was supposed to remember? What was I supposed to have done? And then, like me, you get brain ache because you can't think what you were supposed to be thinking about. So do write things down. This is something that's has always helped me through my anxiety and panic attacks and everything. And when I was seeing a wellbeing officer through my local surgery, my doctor's surgery, this is one thing to try and release all those thoughts and everything. Even if it's a journal, diary or a notebook, write things down and try and alleviate the stress on yourself and your mind. So there you are. Another one that I do not necessarily do all the time unless family members have got a day off is Delegate. I know a lot of mums out there, even dads, I've said this before, you're working full time, you're got everything on top of your normal home life and kids, family, whatever the situation is, you've got everything there, and then you've got Christmas ploughed right on top. We all love, well, most of us love Christmas, and yes, I've got my granny elf jumper on, but it's still, you know, there's certain things you can still put in place, even at this late stage, to try and stop getting stressed. If you are one of those people who get stressed over the holiday season, and let's face it, no one's perfect, it doesn't matter, and I'm one to say this, dare I say, is there the perfect Christmas? Possibly, but Christmas is the best that you can make it, and this year is more important than ever. Even if you haven't able to see your loved ones this Christmas, or even probably through the whole year, which is the same for us. A lot of family members we haven't seen since last Christmas due to the fact, because of health reasons and everything, and with everything going on, we haven't been able to visit. So yeah, let's just make the best of it, what we can, and put a smile on our face, one breath at a time, one foot in front of the other, and just take it as it comes. Yeah, I'm one to put my hands up and say, you know, it doesn't always go to plan. Even now I've got a list so long because I want to get my house cleaned up tomorrow, but I haven't cleaned our house in one go for I don't know how long, so I'm hoping to do it because I don't really want to have to do it Christmas Eve, but there you are, it might not happen, but I'm going to try anyway. But I must admit the downstairs is my priority tomorrow, even if I have to leave the upstairs. So yeah, notes, said, even if it's doodle pad, whatever works. Yeah, you can see there's a theme here, this gold and marble effect. I've got a whole lot, and this all comes from Poundland. There's my to-do lists as well. It just helps out. Yeah, I'm a queen of notes in our house because in our home, because it's something I've always done, and it just helps me, whatever the season, whatever the occasion. I find breaking down it into, you know, smaller chunks is easier, and if there is something I can delegate or I can't do myself, then hopefully I can find someone else to delegate to. Right, something else, not so much this year, but in previous years, you know where this is going, is all the magazines. A lot of these we've had through the letterbox anyway. I've got here, you might recognise some of these, and these are really handy, even at this late stage, with Christmas Eve coming up, and I do apologise that Yeah, it is late, but you might put some of these in place already, which is fine, is magazines. I used to have like Boots, W.H. Smith's, all of them. I don't even know if all those stores have done them this year. I am not sure, but let's face it, a lot of things are online now. And as I said, this was even before, you know, going back that much longer. All the leaflets, the special offers. If you plan it out for leaflets, even going into the new year, if you do happen to get leaflets through the letterbox, we haven't had that many through actually, of offers, then at least you're not backwards and forwards down, you know, different parts of your town or whatever, and you can find where the best offers are or plan your route. So we've got the Lidl one here. Is it Lidl? Aldi, sorry. I haven't been to Aldi in so long. Have been interested in some of them. Don't think I've got the Lidl one. I don't. This one actually came through our letterbox. It gave a real rundown, and some of the foods look amazing. Especially if you're looking for something slightly different. It also has all the prices in there, which is really good, so you could budget that way. And I think I did actually point this one out a little while ago, because it has got their version of the gingerbread house. So that is Aldi. Tesco seemed to have brought a number of different ones out. Every time we sort of went into Tesco's, they seem to have another one. I think the first one came out in November, which is this one. But again, I think I've shared quite a few bits. It gives you ideas. It gives you ideas for menus and everything. And funny enough, this one, let me show you. Is what we had for tea tonight, the pulled pork sandwich. So that one actually came out in November. We've got the gift guide. Personally, I haven't been round the gifts, so I don't know what was in stock and what isn't. I mean, I do like all those pyjamas, Mickey Mouse pyjamas and everything, but again, I did quite a lot of our shopping online, but then you have got, this is before I actually saw the magazine, I have got the Xbox jogging bottoms for our son. I've also got the Xbox t-shirt, and slippers were actually from Primark after last Christmas. So, and then, as I said, every time I went into Tesco's, it seemed you got another one. Some of these, I'm not sure which ones now. I think possibly that one and one other came in a pack, and then the others came separate. Asda. This is quite a big one. Again, it's got all the food, it's got gifts, drinks, and whatever. I have actually think I've covered a lot of this before. Again, it will give you ideas on your menus and what you need to purchase. And one we had to get because of our granddaughter, and we've had this has been out for some time now. We needed this to check about certain things, but especially if you do have a number of children to buy for, probably one of the best things. You can then price it up through Argos, Smiths or whatever. So magazines is a must, but as I said, normally my pile is a lot bigger than that. Said I used to have Boots, W.H. Smiths and all those sort of stores, Argos, but I haven't been in any of those stores actually for some time, so I don't. Boots, yes, for my medication, but not to shop around and say. I'm not sure if they brought their magazines out. Something else, and I've brought this up a number of times, it's what's on TV. I know a lot of you have been saying which TV magazines you've been having. This one is a double issue. We've always had the TV choice or what's on TV. This one is £1.40, and I do like this one. and I think it's reasonable. And what we tend to do is, I've said this before, I go through it usually first actually, and then it gets passed around the family. And what we do is, actually I need to tick that one because that was programmed in. I highlight pieces with a marker, a highlighter. I did have a yellow one, but I used the orange one because I found out that a lot of the pages are yellow, so the orange does actually turn, sort of show up. Then once it's programmed in, it then gets a tick to say that it's been programmed in. I've mentioned this before and briefly said about it. The reason why we do it that way, especially when I was working, or say one of the guys was working or whatever, not so much hubby because he does tend to have Christmas week off, but there's still, well, not so much this year, but the visiting, when you've got visitors and everything, at least if it goes on the planner, you're not going to miss it. And then you can watch it at your own leisure, sort of thing. So that is one thing. I was actually advised about something, and I have actually programmed it in, and it is, let me find, if I can find it, I think I should have checked this. I'm sure it's Christmas Eve, and I think it was on Sky One. Someone left a message for me. Yes, Ronald, is it Ronald? And Beatrix, The Tale of the Curious Mouse, and that's starring Dawn French. So thank you for advising me. I think that might have been Jacqueline, I'd like to say. I'm sure it was Jacqueline. I meant to have written it down who said what. I know you didn't mind the names mentioned. I do apologise if I got that wrong. But yeah, it's some of the shows, I think I mentioned this before as well. If you've got any recommendations coming up, you know, it's coming on TV, let me know. A lot of the movies I haven't programmed in because we've watched them, practically all of them. But there's still the old favourites. We have actually just watched National Lampoon's Christmas. Love that one, very funny. And coming up to Christmas Eve, we will be watching It's a Wonderful Life. So, and also Scrooge. Number of different variations of Scrooge, Scrooged, Christmas Carol. So yeah. So I just wanted to quickly come on and just sort of, you know, sort of point these few things out. As I said, I've got all my little pots in a basket, my like, you know, my Christmas platters and everything. So there to the side, I've got all my Christmas food, and I've shared that before, in boxes in the dining room. That's non-perishable. In my freezer, I had a compartment that just has everything to do with like the turkey, the piggy blankets, and the stuff for Christmas Eve for our, well, it was to be a buffet, but it'd be just the three of us now. Beans, it's hubby's birthday, along with his Christmas cheesecake and things like that. So it's just those little things, as I said, and if you do a little bit and do it often enough, probably try not cram it all in one session. Sometimes that works for people, you know, like all the wrapping, do it all in one go, fair enough. I like to do it gradually. It's like the card writing as well, and I'm not sure, and I do apologise if there's certain people who are going to get the cards late. I do apologise, but at least maybe it's better late than never. So I'm going to leave my video here. So hopefully you've enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.